Hi. 8 months ago, I made a video about my policy on giving to charity. I'll link to it here. Now, I want to bring this up again because I've had 3 separate people give me that whole ALS, pour a bucket of water over their head if they don't give money to the charity challenge bullshit. And I want to describe why I feel that this is crap. I want to describe my thoughts on charity again, and I want to explain what I've given. I've given $0 away to this charity. I do not plan on having a bucket of water thrown over my head. If you try to come near me with a bucket and spill anything on me, I will take that bucket and fuck you with it. I don't believe in giving money to these charities. That is not a type of charity that I believe in. I believe in the type of charity where you actually seek to make a real dent, where you see a problem and you decide, I'm going to come up with a way to solve this problem or put a legitimate, honest dent in it. This requires project management, even on a small micro level. This requires that you come up with a plan on how you are going to take something that is fucked up and make it better or fix it completely. So this actually makes you accountable and responsible for the end result, which is far more than I can say for somebody who gives 10 or 20 or 30 bucks away to a charity, signs off, gets a little certificate that they gave away and that they're better and nicer and, oh, they're a nice person because they gave to charity than somebody else. It's actually difficult. You have to do something. You have to actually accomplish something if this is the type of charity that you seek to do. And that's the type of charity that I seek to do. I don't want to just give some, $10 or $20 away to some small business charity that gives loans away to small businesses. I want to meet somebody that I think has potential but is a little misguided and spend the time with them necessary to actually help them set up their business and be accountable and responsible for them getting to where they want to go, which means meeting with them, which means helping them, which means mentoring them, coaching them, maybe even working with them for a couple of days. If I want to help somebody with ALS, or I want to help somebody with a nervous system disease, or I want to help somebody with Huntington's disease, which I have done before, I'm not going to give 10 or 20 or $30 to a charity where 50% of it goes to administrative fees and nothing fucking happens. I'm going to actually find somebody with Huntington's disease. I'm going to say, you know what, I wanted to go to work at 9 a.m. today to get some stuff done, but I can get that done tomorrow. I'm going to go to work at 1 o'clock today. And today, instead of go to work at 9, I'm going to visit this person and volunteer to clean up their apartment. I'm going to help them with their laundry. I'm going to help them organize things that they're not able to organize because they may not have the faculties to anymore, or it may be a little difficult for them to get up. I want to actually make a difference in somebody's life, however small that is. I want to make a real difference, and I want to actually make myself accountable and responsible for the difference that I seek to make in whatever field of charity I am donating to. That is why I don't give money away to charities that just come in and ask for money. And one of the great reasons that these charities get these money out of these people is because they work on guilt and they work on people's insecurity. That other people are going to think if you don't give to the charity that you're a bad person. And it gets worse with business because if you're a business that doesn't give to charity, you're no longer a single person. That means that your whole organization is just corrupt and you guys are mean and selfish and evil big corporation. And the reality is that I am secure in myself because on a regular basis I seek to practice real charity. I seek to make legitimate differences in the lives of the people that I interact with, and I go out of my way to make myself accountable and responsible for these differences, working themselves out and actually being successful with it. Which is why I don't feel bad when somebody walks in and says, do you want to give money to ALS? And I say, no, I don't. And when they say, well, you got to pour a bucket of water on my head, I say, well, you can suck my dick. Because I am not insecure, because I feel like I do a good amount already in my personal private life that I don't really need to give away money, so I get a little certificate that says how cool and nice I am, and that I can show to my parents and go, look at what a good kid I am. Fuck that shit. And frankly, I don't think you should either. I think you should reevaluate this. If you really, really, really want to help somebody, why don't you go into the medical field? Why don't you try to find a cure for it? Why don't you become a registered nurse? Or why don't you at least go to one of those homes where these people go when their families are no longer able to care for them? Just one day a year, just one day a year, because I've spent more than 1 day a year doing this kind of stuff, by the way. And since I am not doing it to brag or show what an amazing, nice guy I am, you're not going to see this on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram, and you may not even heard about it, because frankly, I do it for me. I don't do it for you. But regardless, why don't you actually go to one of these homes and talk to them? Why don't you help them with their day? Why don't you take somebody who used to be something or used to be good in their career field but who is not there anymore because they have Huntington's or the ALS or Parkinson's, and actually make them feel like they're still worth something and make them feel like they're still a relevant part of society and help them to remember the days when they were able to do more than sit down and just shake and not be able to move properly. How about you actually go out there and seek to make a real difference in people's lives on a regular basis and actually make yourself accountable and responsible for your charity instead of just giving $10 away to some organization you've never fucking heard of and outsource the entire process so you don't have to give a shit. You can just feel better. Fuck that.